Yeah, like I was saying, that's a goddamn lie. Now, all these coon ass nigga camps out there, they've been teaching that shit for so many years, man. You see that those are the same niggas from way back in the days who also align themselves with all the rest of these Edomites, so-called white people, and as well as the other quote unquote Mongolian, Siberian looking ass so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians to take us out, man. Because you're also gonna find out that they're not even indigenous of the Americas. The Americas is not even their land. But I'm gonna make videos about it also too sometime in the near future to also show you that. So I'm gonna go ahead, continue on with Hosea, the fifth chapter, and it says, "Hear ye this, O priests; hearken ye, house of Israel, and give ye ear, O house of king, for judgment is toward you, because ye have been a snare on Mizpah, and a net spread upon Tabor, and the revolters are profound to make a slaughter, though have been rebuked. It's like, yeah, though have been a rebuker of them. I know Ephraim, they're saying that the Ephraimites are the so-called Puerto Ricans, right? I know Ephraim in Israel is not hid from me. For now, O Ephraim, thy committest what? Whoredom. You see that again? Nothing about skin color. And Israel is defiled. They will not frame their doings to turn unto their power. For the spirit of whoredoms in the midst of them, and they shall have not known known Yahweh. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquities. Judah shall fall with them. They shall go with their flocks and with their herds and seek Yahweh, but they shall not fight him. He had withdrawn himself from them. They have dealt treacherously against Yahweh, for they have begotten strange children. Now shall Allah devour them with their potions. Blow ye the cornet of Geba and the trumpet of Ramah. Cry aloud. Cry aloud, Bethaven, after thee, O Benjamin. Ephraim shall be desolate, and a day of rebuke among the tribes of Yasha'al. Have I made known that which shall orderly be? The children of Judah were like them that remove the bound. Therefore, I will pour out my wrath upon them like water. Ephraim is oppressed and broken in judgment, because he willingly walked after the commandment. Therefore, will I be unto Ephraim a moth, to the house of Judah and rottenness. When Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian. And I want you to keep this in mind also, because I'm going to come back to that. And sent King Jared, yet could he not heal you, nor cure you, of your wound. For I will be unto Ephraim as a lion, and as a young lion to the house of Judah. I will fear and go away. I will take away, and none shall rescue him. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my affliction, and seek my face. In their affliction they shall seek me. So just like we also read in Hosea the 5th chapter, you see the Ephraimites committing whoredom by going after the idols in all the different ways of the nations at that time. So I'm going to go to Hosea 6. It says, "Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us, and the third day shall raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. Then shall we know if we follow unto Yahweh. His going forth, his preparing as the morning, and he shall come unto us as a rain, as a latter former rain unto the earth. O Ephraim," it says, "O Ephraim, what shall I do unto thee, O Judah? What shall I do unto thee? For your goodness is as a morning cloud, and as the early dew, it goeth away. Verse 5, therefore have I hewn them by the prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgment are as the light that goeth forth. It says, for I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of the power more than with burnt offerings. And they that like men have transgressed the covenant, and have they dealt treacherously against me. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and polluted with blood. And as the troops of robbers wait for a man, to the company of priests, murder in the way constant, for they commit lewdness. I have seen an horrible thing in the house of Israel. It says, there is whoredom. There is whoredom of Ephraim, and Israel is defiled. Also Judah, he has set an harvest for thee, when I return the captivity of my people. So just to give you a brief analysis, we done read Hosea from the first chapter all the way to the 6th chapter in its proper context. So now they say that Hosea 7 and 8 is talking about the quote-unquote Puerto Ricans intermingling with the Spaniards. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. If the so-called Puerto Ricans, they like to say, so like that it was the so-called Puerto Ricans or the so-called Hispanics who, when the Spaniards came over here in the Americas, they raped and had sex with the quote-unquote so-called Hispanics and Latinos to produce light-skinned quote-unquote Puerto Ricans or Hispanics. When you go back and read the Torah, number one, you are what your father is. Your nationality is determined by the seed of your father. So if it was really talking about the Spaniards intermingling with the Puerto Ricans, and I will make them what? That will also make them Edomites. That will make them so-called white people. This is factual. So that's another cut for all you cats out there. If y'all saying that it was the Spaniards who came over here and raped them, and you trying to correlate that with Hosea 7 and 8, then I will also make them heathens. I will not make them our people. So that's number one. Part number two, if they intermingle themselves with the other nations, I'm going to show you who they were. Hold on. When you read Hosea 5 and 13, it says, when Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrians. So you already know that the Assyrians were quote-unquote so-called black people. They all had quote-unquote so-called Negro phenotypes. So if the Ephraimites would have intermingled with any other entities at that particular moment or at that particular time, it would have been the Assyrians. And all their seeds would have came out looking quote-unquote so-called black. Now you see on how the doctrine of Hosea 7 and 8 doesn't make any sense. I'm going to read Hosea 7 and 8. It says, Ephraim had mixed himself among the people. But you notice on how it says that he mixed himself among the people, not with the people. I'm going to give you an example right now, man. I'm going to go. So I'm going to book of Ezra 9 and 1. All right. I'm reading the book of Ezra. So I'm going to read Hosea 7 and 8. It says, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Obviously, he mixed himself with the people of the land, but he makes himself among them. Like when you read Ezra 9 and 1, it says, now these things were done. The princes came to me saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Because at that particular time, a lot of our people had seeds and ended up marrying strange women and brought forth children out of the womb of those particular strange or heathen women that they dealt with at that particular time. So over here it says that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of the land. Whereas Hosea 7:8 speaks about on how the strange, so like Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. It didn't say with the people. And number one, show me in the book of Hosea where the Edomites are mentioned at. If y'all believe that the so-called right race or have Japhetic origin, show me where the Japhites are also mentioned that in the book of Hosea. You're not gonna find that. So that's a goddamn lie that all you cats are trying to perpetuate. So it says that he had mixed himself among the people of the land. So we're gonna stop right there for now, and we're gonna go to the book of Psalms. Just like we read from the first chapter all the way to the second chapter, that was talking about them mingling themselves and all these different religious ideologies, about worshiping all these different idols and gods and deities. I'm going to prove it right now also too in the book of Psalms 106 and 35. And it says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works and served their idols, which were a snare and a trap unto them. Let me go back to Hosea 7:8. It says that Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Psalms 106 and 35 says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. But were mingled among, not with, among the heathen, learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. So when you read Hosea 7 and 8 about the whole mixed in aspect of the Ephraimites, is because they were learning after the ways of the heathens or the other nations that were dwelling amongst them at that time. That don't got nothing to do with no Puerto Ricans or no so-called Hispanics. That's a goddamn lie. Another thing with these camps too is simply this. They want to sit there and incorporate all the rest of these heathens into our nations, but they don't care about the quote-unquote so-called Afro-Latinos, which are indigenous of Central South America and all, as well as the Caribbean Isles also, wherever they might be scattered at. They don't care to mention any of those individuals amongst our people down in all these different land masses. The number one priorities is to get all these different Mongolians, Siberians, Eurasian looking ass heathens to try to incorporate them into our nations. Because we got a sick mentality in our heads. As a people, we just love to incorporate every nation, every nationalities or group of people into our culture. And this is factual. You got Israelites who accept white people in their congregations. You got Israelites who say that Hispanics are our people, Samoans are our peoples, Asians are our people. We're the only group of people that do that. We break our backs and necks to allow other nation of people to be part of us. But you don't see them doing that to us. These niggas are literally trying to take our Torah and our scrolls and our glory to give it unto another nation. These niggas are the fucking enemy. Real talk, man. All these nigga camps that's out there teaching this nonsense, you niggas are the enemy. And you niggas gonna get judged too when that time comes, man. Anyway, let me go back. Hosea 7 and 8, it says, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. So now we're going to deal with the whole cake aspect of it. aspect of it. So I'm gonna stop this video right now, and I'm gonna come back for part 2. Salakia for part 3.